Is Tennessee's defense a serious concern, gentlemen? Especially considering the fact that you've had 4 key players out, McCoy, Gibson, Hobbs, Moy. In the portal era, depth is tested anyway. It's stressed when you lose 2 guys at the same spot, and that's what you're dealing with at Tennessee right now. Versus UAB, he had that 56-10 lead. They had to throw 51 times and become completely one-dimensional. You look at Syracuse. Tennessee beat them. They put some points on Tennessee. They had that last drive late where they added up some points. Right. But you look at what they did, putting 34 on Clemson yesterday. Clemson had given up no more than 24 in any of their 3 previous games. Now I'm looking at it saying, okay, isn't this defense performing about like what we would think when you take those bodies out of it and figuring who you're playing? But last week you were upset about the defense.
Well,
you were ticked off. So I'm allowing you to rip the hell out of the defense, Chuck.
No, I mean, look, I thought you were one fourth quarter stop away from winning that game 62-17 if you get the ball back. And then are people going to be so, upset about that? I guess it's just like you said, John, a little bit of the era we're in college football. And maybe the offense looks so good. And it's back to war. It's explosive. We're getting all these plays. And then, you gave up a 61-yard touchdown pass. But
you're walking it back now. I've built this for you.
It is a concern because we've seen Tennessee not be able to set the edge. We've seen the problems with tackling in space.
There you go.
We've seen not being able to cover on some of these straight line routes that seem to be a problem for them. So, it is a concern, but look who you're trying to replace in the secondary. Maybe the best cornerback in college football, Ricky Gibson. Jacoby Thomas yesterday has a sack for Miami against Florida. We never say it enough about Will Brooks. You got a lot of really good players that it's going to take some time for these guys to settle in.
Daniel, you played defense. How big of a concern is the defense right now?
I'm concerned about the injuries. I mean, if you get those guys back, I think you got a good defense. But I think it'd be crazy to not be a little concerned with what's going on. You've lost 2 defensive tackles. You've got 2 cornerbacks out. Defensive line, I think, is the second most important position on the team. And against UAB, he had all day to throw the football. And, you had to play guys back in the secondary. And even your blitzes, you weren't really generating a lot. The one thing that I am very hopeful about with this is the second game that you've had a turnover, return for a touchdown, the punch out by Boo Carter. Yeah. And so having a big scoring defense is huge, but I think it's right to raise a little concern.
Sterling, concern about defense?
I'm not concerned at all. But I know we got a defensive coordinator that's going to dial it up. And we got some blitz factors we haven't shown yet. We got a lot of speed in that defense. I'd like to get everybody healthy. But, I'm not as concerned as most are because even when they did score, 24 points yesterday, whatever they scored. They got them in the fourth quarter. We had guys that deserved to get opportunity to cross the line to get in the game, and 14 of them was against them. So I'm not concerned. I know we got a lot more to come out. I know our D coordinator and our D line coaches, our linebacker coaches got stuff ready to ride. I know Martinez is going to do well with the DBs. I'm not concerned, but that's just me.
Okay, Bob, hold off. I know you're concerned. I'm going to change the question on you. Just nod and say, yeah, you're concerned. Okay. So here we go. I asked Marlon Walls and Ollie Lane on our Saturday kickoff. We do a pregame show, 11 a.m. WATE every week before the game, and I asked them yesterday about going to tempo. Did they pull back the tempo against Georgia to protect the defense? It's also possible they pulled back the tempo to protect their offensive line. I think that may be it. And the rotation there, those guys get gassed. But anyway, should they worry about protecting the defense? Or should they just put the pedal to the metal and let the chips fall where they may because its offense is going to get them where they're going? Here's that segment very quickly from yesterday's show. In terms of making the playoff, is Tennessee better off trying to win games 50-40 or 24-20? When you've got all these guys who are out on defense, I don't know when they're coming back. I'm leaning toward 50-40.
I think any opportunity that you got, you run that tempo full speed because that's what's going to get you points. And at the end of the day, you just got to have your defense keep up with you.
My answer to that question is, if I can do that to Georgia, I'm pretty sure I can do that to Alabama, I can do that to Florida, I can do it to Oklahoma. So if you're in a position where, we have to literally drag this defense across the finish line, if it gets us to the playoffs, especially with our lack of depth, and you're adept and you're missing McCoy and Gibson, and we know on that side of the ball we're missing some of our guys. Yes, you go 50 to 40 all day long and drag that defense across the finish.
The opposite of last year. Bob Hodge, what do? You agree with Marlon? Drag the defense?
Just shaking my head, yes, because I think that's exactly right. Just go out and put every point up that you possibly can until your guys get healthy. I can understand protecting the defense that's not on your fifth defensive back here and there, but in this case, your offense looks like it's explosive. Let it explode.
Quickly, Chuck, do you agree or disagree?
I agree. At
Okay.
this point.
These guys say all tempo, let the defense fend for themselves. You're a former defender. What do you say to that?
I have to agree with him. And I think this defense is going to be a big play defense, and they're going to get burned a lot, but run the tempo. Hopefully we get an interception to get the offense more points.
Shoot, as a quarterback, baby, I always want more points, baby. You better believe that. Go, 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 go. You better believe that.
In terms of getting these guys back, we're now a third of the way through the season. I don't think you're going to get Ricky Gibson back. In terms of Jermod McCoy, I don't know you're going to – if he does come back, I don't know. Yeah, he's probably not going to be the same guy you saw last year. It usually takes those guys a year to get confident in their legs again. Maybe he's the exception. He may be. But I'm not – and they keep saying, well, Moy could be any day. Hobbs could be any day. Yeah, well, it's been several days that he hadn't been in there yet. So this may be what your defense is. And it may be the fact that, then that's one of the reasons I look at it and say it may be time to just do 2022 again, and that is stomp the pedal to the metal. And if your defense winds up giving up 40, but you've got 52 at the end of the day, that's a win, baby. Don't worry about it.